It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Let me ask you this. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? Of the two franchises, what do you vibe with more?
Oh, I guess it just depends on like the season. Like I'm about to get into my Lord of the Rings phase right now.
Why is that? How do you anticipate that phase coming about?
Winter.
Whoa, winter is coming. Different franchise.
Like fall and winter, that's my after Halloween, it's Lord of the Rings.
How do you associate that? What's the origin of that?
You know, sometime in my 20s, I realized that I enjoy things in phases. Like I'll be like, man, I am really into 80s sci-fi movies right now.
That's highly specific.
So let me just find as many of those and watch as many of those as I can until I'm over it.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, man, I am all about Westerns right now.
And then boom.
Yeah, and so I just immerse myself. And I found that during winter, that's when I gravitate towards fantasy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? But come summertime, it's like a big no-no. You're just not in the mood. It's too hot and sticky
if
outside.
somebody puts Star Wars on, I'm not going to be like, look, turn this off.
Whoa.
It's too warm out for Star Wars.
The temperature does not match
What do you think
Star
this
Wars
is?
right now.
Jakku?
Yeah. Oh, such a fucking asshole.
I wouldn't say that, but
I know. You're too sweet of a guy.
Twat, maybe. I don't know.
Whoa, that's...
Is that worse?
I don't know. Within this time of cancel culture, I've been very picky about the insults that I throw around.
Let me retake it.
Okay.
What a festering pus wound on the inner thigh of an elephant.
So many syllables, and it just, as more time went by with that statement, I got more. It got
worse?
It got worse. I feel like if I wasn't smart enough to digest that comment, I'd still be offended because I wouldn't be smart enough to digest that comment. Yeah. Let's slow down.
Okay.
Because I think it's time to welcome the listeners. Baddies, welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. You'll notice that today is a little bit of a different episode because Alejandro's not here. He is out and about witnessing romance in the flesh. He's out at a wedding right now, so he's out of town. But
He's the ring bearer, right?
I hope so. I can't imagine him being anything else.
I would love that.
But I worry that he would lose the ring.
Yeah.
In my future wedding, I told him that he could officiate, so I'm keeping that promise, and he will. However, it's not about him. This episode is about us. It's about you, because today in the studio we have Greg Reasoner, an ICBTB guest, fan favorite.
Oh,
a lot of people have talked about you in the past, saying that you're so quick and witty. I'm actually kind of intimidated that you're here because I can't keep up.
We're gonna be the goof troop, and we're just always gonna be friends forever.
You're so charming.
Thanks.
How can people ever be mad at you?
I'm just doing an emotional mirror. Just being just like you.
Stop it.
So charming.
This is just going to be one of those podcast episodes where we just flatter each other.
No, you're beautiful.
No, you're beautiful. Honestly, if I was a white man in today's day and age, I would love to be like what you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a great compliment, because nobody wants to be a white man, especially a straight one.
Not right now.
No.
I mean, like the only thing that's good for you being a white man is that you're not in office and you're not making decisions for women and all that stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, you're just a goofy, fun-loving guy.
I'm not in charge of anyone currently, and I think that's where society wants me. Look, like Nick Carroll said when he was on here, we had a good run. We had a good run, you know? It's time to take a step back.
Now it's time for some brown people to do some stuff.
Sure.
But I'm still a man. I still have a penis, and that means I still have some setbacks, and I got to watch what I say.
Yeah.
So I'm very picky about the words that I say because I don't want to piss off anyone, but yet I still feel free.
Hey, you know what? That's smart.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Stay safe
make
out
good
there.
decisions, you know?
You are easily one of my top 20 favorite people. I wish I could narrow that number down, but I'd have to like really put out a list, but I'm too lazy to do that.
Is this because I didn't wear any blush, so you're going to just make me?
Yeah, it's just, I have that effect on people. I tell you. It's, I appreciate your presence in my life because I've said it before. Without you, I would never have gone into improv, I think. Without other people as well, I wouldn't have gone as far into improv.
I helped you along the way.
Yes. And that's important. Yeah. Are you doing anything performative lately?
I've done a couple workshops lately with some high school kids, and
Nice.
that's a lot of fun. I wish that was my job, honestly. Just like teaching improv to like teenagers and college level kids, and then performing on the weekends. That would be my dream.
That's the
Not
life.
even like Saturday Night Live or Whose Line Is It Anyway? I made it to the CW. I'm on Whose Line.
I'm
not even,
fine with that.
I would love that, but that's not even my ambition. It would just be to perform regularly. Yeah. That would be great.
When's the last time you got on stage to do something?
The last Dragon Viper Cobra show.
Wow. So something
So
like
that was like
me?
January 2020.
Holy fuck.
Out in the city, out in San Francisco.
Do you think you're rusty right now? Like your comedic chops in general? Do you find yourself, since you're lacking that stage time, that it affects you in like real life interactions?
I don't know. I've had a couple moments where people go like, "Whoa, you're pretty witty," and I go, "Well, I do a little improv sometimes, you know,
Just a little bit here and there."
And I don't know. I mean, like in the past, like workshops and things, I've thrown a little improv down there and been like, okay, still got it.
Yeah. That's nice.
I miss it though. I miss the regular, just like the practicing every week and whatnot.
That was something that I looked forward to, was just being able to, because I would come after work, and I would meet up with you guys at DVC, and we'd get ready to just be silly with each other.
Yeah, just goofing.
Yeah, because now, to be transparent, I feel like I'm not as funny or as what's the word for it? As goofy as a person in everyday life, in day-to-day life.
Okay.
Like I find myself, I'm a little more quiet. The older I've gotten, the more I've wanted to just kind of be isolated, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like even with interacting with people, I don't feel as quick anymore.
Really?
I guess I'm just like, there's a lack of fulfillment somewhere because I'm not doing improv or comedy anymore.
Well, so something I've always related with you, I think, is that we're both a little shy.
Are we?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I've noticed that with you sometimes where you are, just this charismatic, colorful personality, but sometimes you're just kind of like, hey guys.
Oh, you're right. I think,
oh, no. I don't need any attention. I'm okay. I'm okay. Look at Melissa. Look at somebody else, like.
You know where I think that comes from is that
It's that Catholic upbringing.
Is that what it is? We Catholic boys
Yeah.
don't want the attention on us. We just want it on everyone else. And
The
Christ.
Lord did not put us on this earth to be the center of attention.
No. The church is not a stage.
The church is not a stage.
Is not a stage. I think where it comes from is that I got it out of my system, and like in retrospect, I'm trying hard not to be what I think I was, because it makes me cringe. Like I don't want to.
What was you?
I think I wanted to be the center of attention. I think as performers, we all crave that. And now that I'm getting older, I look back at it. I'm like, oh God, like I was so needy. Like my insecurities are showing, and maybe that's why like I come into a place and I'm a little shy, and then. I've used this example a lot before, but it's like when I won't go into a room and just like, hey, you want to hear me sing? And then I'll sing.
Please do that.
No, because I'm confident in my vocal abilities. Yeah. But imagine people that don't know me just be like, that guy just like came into Starbucks and just started singing.
You put a hat down, so I don't know.
He got no money.
He got no money. You'd get money.
I mean, sure, maybe. I haven't busked in a while. Mm-hmm. I mean, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like, you said you're shy. Where do you think that comes from?
I think maybe part of that was from like the going to Catholic school and just trying to not get in trouble constantly. I've got that attention deficit disorder, and I have a hard time sitting still. And so like anytime I would go to church, I'd be thinking like, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. God, please don't let me get in trouble.
Were you getting in trouble in church all the time?
I mean, enough where like the teacher would go like, Greg, come over here.
Because you were talking.
Yeah. Or playing with, the books in the pew or something.
Oh, that's not that bad, dude.
I don't know. Just like not paying attention to what the service was about.
Because I used to get in trouble by my parents all the time in church because my brother, and I don't know why my brother was doing this as well. He's 7 years older than me. You think that he would have matured way faster. But we'd be sitting there so bored that we would play games with each other quietly, like knuckle cracking contests. So we'd...
Wait, what?
Have you never done a knuckle cracking contest?
No.
So like, let's say...
I can crack these knuckles without using my other hand.
Do it.
Oh my God, you were a cartoon character. That was so cartoon. If anyone does, that's like an anime. They only do that in animes.
It's because I watched Bruce Lee movies as a kid, and and he would do that where he would just crack his knuckles, making a fist. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. And so just like as a kid, I would just constantly try to
do that.
Yeah.
And so everyone was. No wonder you got trouble in church because you
guys watch this.
Why is that kid angry? Yeah, in the house of the Lord.
In the house of the Lord.
Okay, so this is what it was. So like, when it comes to cracking your knuckles, we have like a certain amount of ammunition, right? You can only crack it so many times until there's a refractory period, right?
Okay.
So the competition between my brother and I was like, who has more ammo? Okay. And then like he would get.
How many can I get out of this index finger?
Basically, and he would get since he was the older brother, he was like, okay, I'll give you a head start. So he would go first. So he would crack a knuckle and I would crack a knuckle, and we'd keep going until we had no more knuckles to crack.
You were going in, and then you were going pull, and then you were going back.
Those were tough. Do you subscribe to the idea that when you do that, it's like an old wives' tale that they say, it creates air bubbles, air pockets in your hands, and you're going to get arthritis?
So I learned that there was some scientist or some doctor who tested that theory for his life. And so for his left hand, he cracked each finger on his left hand every single day for, I don't know, 40 years or something like that. And in his 60s, his hands were fine. Both of them were the same. Like there was no difference.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just a myth?
It's an old spouse's tale.
You're so progressive.
I look at it as this is a chance to become creative with creating new, instead of ladies and gentlemen, it's, like ladies, gentlemen, and all in between.
Yes.
Or ladies, etc., as a comedian once said.
Okay, that's good. I learn a lot from you. I think I enjoy interacting with you because not only am I feeling like I'm sharpening my comedy tools when I'm with you, but I'm also just learning.
Oh, cool.
I think people nowadays are very insecure about just not knowing that they don't want. Like I know a lot of people that want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
And I say, fuck that. Surround yourselves with people that are equal, if not smarter than you, that you look up to.
Absolutely.
So you can constantly learn.
I always try to say this at like work. Like, first time ever using a microphone.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
I wouldn't do that because Alejandro does the same thing. You and Alejandro basically just made out.
Well, it is what it is.
So cute.
What was that monster sound?
It's my neighbors trying to intimidate me.
Oh, shit, it's working for me.
There's a guy across. He's a fucking motorcycle. He's
fucking a motorcycle?
He's fucking... And I say, that's not good.
You're going to burn your weenie on that tailpipe.
I'm more worried about the motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm constantly telling people, like, it's okay to be wrong. Like, if you want to check my work against something else, I'm not going to be offended. I'm okay being loud and wrong.
Yeah.
I'd rather learn.
That's good. I listened to this podcaster, Rick Glassman, and I love him for his transparency, but something that I've taken from him and why I continue to listen to him is that he says, like, I don't know what I don't know, and it's okay to ask questions.
Absolutely.
It's the whole thing of, like, when you're talking to people, and can you ever tell that they're pretending to know what you're talking about? They're just kind of, exactly. Or they're just like, man, that's crazy.
Oh, there's a great scene in Breaking Bad. Have you ever heard of it?
Never. I just do biochemistry and,
nice.
with no influence at all.
So there's a scene where the Jesse, he's at some sort of like AA meeting, and he's talking about something, and the guy who's running the meeting says, it's very Kafka-esque. And he goes, okay. And you could tell, like, he doesn't know what it means. And then later, he's talking to his buddies, and somebody brings something up, and he goes, like, man, that's Kafka-esque. And they both go, yeah, church, man, yeah.
Pretending to know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And here, this is where I'm going to be transparent. Kafka, I know as a character from a comedic play that I did in college. It was one of
I didn't know you did any plays in college.
I did one college play. It was like a bunch of shorts put together called All in the Timing, which our friend Madison was a part of.
Okay.
Kafka, I believe, was one of the monkeys in this play that Madison was actually part of.
Okay.
That character. But was Kafka a Shakespearean character?
I'm going to be transparent. I've had it explained to me and I forgot.
I love it. See? And there's a connection when you don't know together, maybe. Mm-hmm. And
to both just go, well, I don't know.
Well, I think really to break it down in all seriousness is that's just being honest with each other. Mm-hmm. Being dumb together is like, not dumb. Dumb is such an aggressive term.
Oh, but I love it though.
Yeah, being ignorant together,
sure,
is nice.
So
right?
ignorant. That sounds like you're a person who does hateful things.
Yeah, the connotation with
ignorant.
Man, you ignorant is just like that's scary.
You probably oppress people that are different than you.
Oh my gosh, you really know how to break someone down. See, it's
try to use my powers for good.
I don't know, like. Even though you might be shy and whatnot, where do you think you've acquired this gift of gab? Where do you think you've acquired your stage presence from?
It's got to be from the family because I've always been a loud kid. Mm-hmm. On top of being a shy kid. I don't know. Sometimes I want to be the center of attention, and sometimes I just want to be in the corner and just talk to like the one person I know or something.
What's the criteria of the situations that you're in that'll steer whether you want to be the center of attention or the other?
Like, if we're doing a show, mm-hmm. Like I want to get out there and I want to do something awesome and mm-hmm. and get a great reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
Even if it's not for me, like even if I'm setting you up for a joke, mm-hmm. like that pop, it still makes me feel great.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. I think that's another way improv has helped me with trying to veer away from any narcissism or being the center of attention, is that you could feel it's the teamwork aspect mm-hmm. and being able to just be a background character and be the waiter in a scene that'll set up a punchline for the couple at the table.
Absolutely.
And knowing I helped with that for everyone and now everyone's having a good time. That's an applicable lesson in real life. Mm-hmm. So when do you find yourself to be shy? Name some situations.
I mean, going to a party.
Okay.
I will often go in feeling kind of like, let's see how this goes. Mm-hmm. Or, boy, I really hope my buddy so-and-so is there.
And how long does it usually take before you're like, I'm out of here? Or how long does it usually take? And what does it take for you to finally be like, I'm actually enjoying myself at this social gathering?
I guess it depends on how the conversations go, what the social dynamic is like. Mm-hmm. If it's like a rager or something, I'm like, it's not my scene. I'm out of here, If it's a bunch of people just really getting into it, mixing it up with great conversations, or goofy people, mm-hmm. all being goofs, then I'll find my flow and just kind of ride the wave.
Yeah. And
once I feel like I know what I'm doing, then I'll start throwing some bad jokes in there and make people go like, oh my God, my dad says jokes like that.
And that's when you have the power.
I'm like, all right, watch this. Like, you're going to be calling me daddy by the end of the night.
Oh man.
But not in like a sexual way.
No, not at all. No. Because that's disgusting.
Unless that's what you're into.
You know what?
But probably not. I don't know.
I don't kink shame here.
It's fine. You know what? That's not my thing.
Not into incest. But
it's,
if that's what gets you going, but yes.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting though that social gatherings are basically a test? They're analogous to the animal kingdom, to tests of how we act socially.
Okay.
For more context, it's just like people feel in high school, people felt alpha if they were popular.
All right, yeah.
Do you remember the jocks that would go down the hallway or wherever and they would see a line of guys and girls that they knew and they'd just be doing all these handshakes over and over and over again mm-hmm. and then hug girls and blah, blah, blah. The more people, it was social
hugging
currency.
Girls, I thought they were so cool. Whatever.
You looked like you were a girl hugger.
I hugged a couple girls.
And then did you ever act upon that? Were you like a ladies' man in high school?
No. Oh man, I've got hashtag regrets in high school.
Break them down, if you mind.
I mean, end of the year, I think it was the last day of school. I had 4 girls confess a crush on me.
What?
And I'm like, this sucks. The last 4 years could have been way different.
Wait, in the last year you said?
The last day.
The last day?
The
4
last
different
day
girls?
of senior year.
Shut up.
So mad.
That's a movie.
Right?
4 girls?
And then, that's when Doc Brown comes and picks me up. And then it's just like, Doc, I want to go back.
Boom. Just at the beginning of senior year.
Drop me back at let's go junior year. I don't want to do freshman and sophomore again.
If you had known with these girls that they had liked you, how would you have done it different if you had Doc Brown with you and you went back?
Oh, I probably would have picked up on the subtleties of the fairer sex.
Micro expressions.
Yeah, minuscule expressions.
I wish I knew
Quantum
about
of expressions.
very, very atom-sized expressions.
I mean, sometimes they were totally obvious, but I was such a dumb boy. Sorry, ignorant boy.
There we go.
And also terrified of scaring a girl.
What does scaring a girl entail? Like confessing your feelings?
No, like sexually scaring a girl.
How would you sexually scare a girl?
So I'm sure you've experienced this as a
Scary sex.
No, not scary sex. No. As a dude.
Yes.
Walking down the street, and you just the way the pace happened, you just happened to end up walking a little bit behind a woman.
Yeah.
And what do? You don't just go, I promise I'm not a rapist.
I'm not creepy.
I'm not creepy. I'll cross the street. Like, it's always so awkward. And growing up, still to this day, I don't like having people think that about me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But as a high schooler, I was very afraid of that. I was very afraid of making girls feel uncomfortable. And so when a girl would like hug on me and stuff and be like, "Oh, Greg, you're so great. Like, I wish we could spend more time together." I'm like, "That's cool. As long as you're cool with that."
And so you would always you would try to be platonic because you didn't want to cross a boundary to scare them away.
Yeah.
Or like over.
I'm having like a moment. Like, yeah.
Just going back in time with all of this regret. It's tough, dude.
I made some moves. I had some fun.
I'm sure you did. I mean, would you consider yourself a flirt?
I can be.
What's your flirt right now?
My flirt?
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
See, I just made you laugh.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess it's working.
That's my in.
No, that seems scary.
Is laughing.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. Now, if you're walking behind a girl,
I'm not gonna go. Hey, girl.
she'll walk faster.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think I was ever afraid of scaring someone sexually in high school because I never even got to that territory. I wasn't even around that neighborhood. I was trying to get a girl to like me first.
Okay.
And
you were, come on, you had to be likable.
Yeah, I mean, no, but like, yeah. Because I was a fat kid, dude. So
Okay.
like my assumption.
You're safe.
Very safe. So I was confident that I was never a threat.
Yeah.
But I was insecure that I was always too safe. Right? I mean, it's are you familiar with the friend zone?
Yeah. I've heard if you say that's hateful.
Friend zone?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know why.
So we got to be picky about that word too?
Right.
Let's come up with
But
a new term.
that's okay. Like I said, safe.
Safe.
That's what I've been trying to say.
And
Like I felt like as a short, funny kid, I was safe. Like Greg's not gonna hit on me.
he's part of the improv team.
He's a short, funny kid.
Yeah, his nickname is Two Sandwich.
Yeah. Although he does skateboard.
You have like a lot of surprising
That was my
traits.
edge.
You skateboard, you ice skate.
I do.
That makes you really cool. I would give you points
Thanks.
for that because I can't do that.
I don't know anybody who's ever been like, "You ice skate? That's dope."
That's dope, dude. Well,
Thank you.
right now, telling
Thanks.
you, is that can an ice skater rollerblade? Is that two translatable things?
Yeah. Same physics.
You've always had good balance?
Yeah. My dad was a gymnast.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever take up gymnast? Being
I mean, I did like a gymnastics class when I was really little, but that's it.
and you never got into it like that.
No, I was more of like a little parkour kid.
What can you do on a skateboard?
I used to be able to skate vert ramps, like the big like Tony Hawk ones.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't do anything fancy on it. That's actually how I damaged my ear. Was
Damaged your ear?
You didn't know that?
You have a hearing problem?
Yeah.
How bad?
So bad enough where a doctor took a tuning fork, he placed it behind my ear, and he's like, "Okay, tell me when it stops ringing." I was like, faded out, and I was like, "Okay, now." And then he did it to this ear, and it just kept going and going and going and going and going, and it was like, "Uh-oh, this ear's bad."
So how old were you when that happened?
I think I was 16. I was skateboarding at the Van Skate Park in Milpitas.
No longer there.
It's a Kohl's now. So I don't go to that. I don't go to Kohl's.
You could skate at Kohl's. You could go inside of that
Kohl's
department
and
store.
Amazon. I don't support those.
Those are the two things that destroyed your childhood.
Those are out skis.
Though your hearing issue.
But so I fell. I was skateboarding and I had a helmet on. My wheels got caught on the edge of the ramp, and it's a 12-foot high ramp, and I fell to the flat bottom and just slammed my head. I mean, even with the helmet, like still boxed my ear on that wood.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of rang for a long time, and then eventually the hearing came back, and I was like, oh, whatever, it's fine. But then over time I realized I can't hear as well in this ear as I can in this one.
Did they tell you what the actual issue was?
No.
They're just like, you hit your head, you hit your ear,
I didn't get it checked out.
Oh, no?
No, that hearing test was years later.
Oh.
I was getting like a checkup, and the doc was like, is there anything else you want to, like, you got any cool tricks or something? Or anything you want checked out?
Well, I can't hear out this ear.
Watch this. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Am I snapping? I can feel it. Yeah.
Has it affected you, like, have there been any, like, big concerning issues because of that issue? Because, like, that's one of my fears, is to indefinitely lose my hearing. I'd rather go blind.
Oh, you're a singer.
Yes.
So, yeah, I hear you.
So
as best as I can.
I mean, but, like, can you think of any examples or just like, fuck, that sucks that I can't hear out of this ear?
Oh, I mean, I work with a bunch of people that mumble all the time. Hey, Greg, can you pass that thing over there? What? Hey, Greg, can you pass that thing over there? And I'll say, can you say it a little bit louder? Greg, can you pass that thing over there?
Well, that's their fault.
I know. And
I think people need to articulate more.
I'm hard of hearing. Enunciate.
Please. Or, like, yes,
Which
use your lips.
I was spoiled because I hung out with people who performed all the time.
Theater kids.
Yes. Excuse me, Greg, could you pass that device, please?
Yes, you hung out with Filipinos. We're known to be loud.
Yes.
We project.
I get it. As a small person, I get it. You got to be heard. Excuse me up there.
Hello up there. I had to be heard because everyone thought I was foreign, so I had to learn how to articulate very well. But
Everyone thought you were four.
Yeah. You know that story. I mean, yeah, because Alejandro spread that rumor that I'm from the Philippines.
Oh, that's right.
It's tough though, because I don't know. I think people just got to stop mumbling. I think that's their fault.
Yeah.
And did you hurt yourself from skating any other way?
I've gotten plenty of bad injuries, but rarely ever from skateboarding. I'm sure my wrists are more messed up than the average person's, just from like catching myself. I used to go into the hospital all the time to get them checked out, and I'd get like little fractures or whatever. One time I went in, and my mom remembers this. She drove me in, and before we had even checked in at the desk, the doctor saw me. He recognized me, and he said, "Greg, we have to stop meeting like this." He knew my name. And this was like at the ER, like we didn't call ahead or anything. Yeah.
This is badass that like hurting yourself from skating is the coolest way to hurt yourself in the late 90s. Was that how old?
I mean,
early 2000s?
I did most of my injuries in the early aughts.
Okay.
Yeah. Like broke my thumb playing hockey. My glove came off during the game, and a guy hit me, and my thumb just went bring.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
But I didn't tell anybody, and like the glove has a little brace in it. So I put it back on, and it played the whole season. And then it was like during practice, like just before playoffs, I was snapping my helmet on, and when I snapped it, my thumb went bring back, and my coach saw that, and she was like, Greg, we gotta talk to your parents.
Did you not want to tell anyone because you were
I didn't
shy?
want to. No, it wasn't.
You
Yeah,
didn't want to be a center of attention?
I don't want to stress anyone out, but I think I may have broken my thumb. Like my knuckles are not the same, like this one's like kind of not there anymore.
It seems like you have half of your body's just messed up.
Let's see. I broke this arm. Mm-hmm. You know the story with that, right?
No.
No? Oh, so...
I didn't realize you were such a broken man.
Yeah, I think I still have the scar for where the bone poked out.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that right there.
This is how you flirt, huh?
You
show your scars.
Yeah, chicks like scars. My bone poked through the skin right here.
You're showing a little bit of skin. I see how you're doing.
A little too much.
That sucks. That's scary. That's like I can't even watch.
It bent. It was bent. Yeah.
What was your reaction?
My reaction was, oh shit, I broke my arm.
Did you continue to look at it? Do you just look at it?
I was just looking. There are two moments in my life where reality didn't make sense.
Tell me.
So the first one was my arm. It was after the first game of the season. Not even the first game of the season. It was like the first, welcome back to the league pickup game. Mm-hmm. And me and my buddies who were on the team together the previous season, we all, after the game, went rollerblading around Jack London Park. And I used to do this thing where I'd go backwards on my toes. And a younger kid on the team, he's like, hey, Greg, check it out. And he did my trick down a hill. And I was like, well, I can't let Matt Fogg show me up. Mm-hmm. Do you ever know Matt Fogg?
No. We can't let him show you up.
Yeah, I think he might have been in your grade.
Matt Fogg?
Yeah.
F-O-G?
F-O-G. Mm-hmm. F-O-G-G? I can't remember.
Never heard of him.
Anyways, cool dude. So saw him do that, and I was like, well, I can't let him show me up. So I went and did it. And on the turn, there was sand out there, and I just totally slipped and just, and I was just like, oh man, that was crazy. And then I noticed my arm was bent, and then just everything was just kind of like, ew. And I was like, oh shit, I broke my arm. It didn't even hurt. It didn't even hurt.
Because of the shock.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
And then I noticed that I had the feeling of water, my elbow was wet. And then I realized the bone was stabbing through my skin.
And, oh my God.
Yeah. And so.
What the fuck?
And after the, kind of the, oh shit, I broke my arm. My next thought was my coach is going to be pissed.
That's what you thought of next?
Yeah.
Not even your own well-being?
No, I was just I let her down.
Would you, wait, that was just one of the...
That's one of the times.
What's the second time?
The second time was, it was 2010, 2011. It was the first year of Dragon Viper Cobra. And I was hanging out in downtown Benicia with Grace Bigler and Bobby Jennings. And I don't know if you ever remembered this about Bobby, but you could dare him to do things.
And he would do it.
He
seems like that type of guy.
Yeah. And we were both kind of competitive and doing some crazy stupid stuff sometimes. And I was looking. We were down at the docks at the yacht club.
Mm-hmm. Fancy.
Yes, we were hanging out at the yacht club. You can just walk in. And the little gas station for boats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a dock, and then there's some water, and then there's a beach, and there was just enough. There was 6 feet of water between the dock and the beach. And in my head, I was like, I bet I could clear that, but I don't want to get dirty, on the beach. That's what I said in my head. And then, so I went, hey, Bobby, I bet you can't clear that.
You sent a vessel.
Yes. Because Bobby had a similar athletic skill to my own. And I was like, okay, if Bobby can clear it, then I could probably do it. So I'll feel fine. And he didn't say a word. He just looked at me, reached in his pocket, grabbed his cell phone and his wallet and handed it to me, took his shoes off. And then he jogged up to it. And then he went back. And then he ran, jumped, cleared the water, landed on the beach, and then sunk to his waist. It was muck. And he landed, and then went, turned to both of us and just Grace and I fell down laughing. Reality broke. Just life didn't make sense because I didn't expect to see my buddy just go boop and just disappear like halfway into this solid beach.
What if he just kept going?
Oh my God.
What if that's how we lost Bobby, man?
my God.
He just the sand just eats him.
I would forever feel terrible. I don't know how I would be able to live with myself.
Who would you? But you wouldn't tell anyone.
I'm the one who
you
dared
would
him
just
to do
go
it.
home.
Yeah.
You and Grace would be like, "This stays between you and me." There's no evidence.
So we fell down laughing, and I lost control of my bladder and I peed myself.
You peed yourself.
I peed myself.
as a grown man.
As a grown man.
Wow.
Because I just like nothing made sense and my body just like collapsed.
When you-
And it was like it wasn't as much of like a, oh my God, this is so funny, I'm falling down. This was like a, ha ha ha, the world doesn't make sense. like a Lovecraft story. Like I just went mad.
That's so scary.
And like when I got up, I was like, oh shit, I peed myself.
Wait, when that happens,
Yeah.
as a grown man, what goes on with your mind? What's the next course of action?
Well,
I need to be prepared.
I immediately made it clear to them, like, I peed myself.
Was it a full?
Oh, it was
full
like
pee-pee?
just down the leg and yeah.
You liked the pants that you were wearing?
I can't remember. Yeah,
Worth it.
And then we had improv practice later that day, and so I can't remember who I called. Probably Stuber or something, and let him know like, hey, the three of us are gonna be late, and I had some like beach towels in my trunk. I laid those out in my passenger seat and sat Bobby there. He's just covered in muck. And drove us to my house, and we each took showers. I let him borrow his some pants. I changed mine. Yeah.
Was he a good sport about it, or was he just like, man, I'm upset about that muck?
I can't remember if he was upset, but I know we were all like, that was insane.
That's nuts.
Because we all just expect it'd be like me just disappearing like into the ground, you know,
half your body,
and you watching that and just be like, what
just
in the
happened?
world just happened? Have you ever had something like that happen? Just where like reality just didn't make sense?
What? I don't know.
Like
I mean,
somebody's walking a dog and the dog just, and you're like,
I wish
what?
I've seen
and then
that.
it's an advertisement, it's a billboard, and you're like, oh my
I mean,
God.
like maybe potentially haunted shit. Like, there have been times like right after my grandma passed, my brother and I were driving down the street, and all of a sudden, his car stereo just raised in volume all the way up, and then went all the way back down to where it was. And they were like, "Whoa, that's weird, right?" Because we hit a speed bump.
Yeah.
And then later on that night or that week,
Maybe it was just like some old like 70s rock, like
we saw the numbers move,
No.
man. You know, yeah, with the
that sounds
volume
like a phantom.
I was gonna say demon,
Yeah.
but
A demon.
demon. And then also, we had just gone to Nintendo Wii, and it was installed in the living room, and we were in the kitchen, and we were just hanging out, and it turned on by itself, and I was like, "That's fucking weird." So I turned it off, and I'm doing our thing, and it turned on again by itself.
You had a Technoghost.
It's something, yeah. It was just obsessed with technology, and this is how I know it wasn't my grandma.
It had to be a millennial or something.
It must have been someone hip, right? Someone that knows.
Although I will say, boomers like technology as much as our generation.
Not if boomers are getting TVs with 5 remotes and they don't know how to use any of those remotes.
It's not even about that. It's just the fact that I see boomers on their phone just as much as millennials.
Act like a boomer holding your phone right now.
Yeah, we definitely should be conservative.
Here's my mom on the phone. And then she has me proofread her text. Save the monkeys, because she's always save the monkeys. She's on a bunch of Facebook pages.
That band is disbanded. Like, the monkeys are not around anymore, man.
You can't save them, Ma.
No, Ma.
I'm surprised that you know them.
Yeah.
But it's,
Only, I think, I don't know. I think just one of them is left alive.
is that it?
Yeah.
How many monkeys were there?
4.
Man, rest in peace. You gotta do
Yeah.
it 3 times. 2,
Yeah, Davy Jones. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself and this comes from you not wanting to disappoint your coach back when you broke your arm. Do you think you're a people pleaser?
Absolutely.
Do you think you've grown out of it, or you've leaned more into it, or you've just accepted it?
I try to become more I don't want to say picky, wise with my people pleasing.
What does that mean?
Understanding that you can't please everybody all the time.
Yeah.
And you gotta take care of yourself first. And not in like a selfish way, but in like the airplane cliche of, you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your kid.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Because if you're passed out, you can't help that kid anymore.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so, like, if you want to be somebody that people can rely on, you've got to be steady yourself.
Full transparency, as we were saying, we're leading into it's fine to be an ignorant boy. I didn't know that's why you are supposed to put the oxygen mask on yourself first so you could save the kid. I thought the flight attendants were just saying, every man for themselves.
Fuck your kid.
Honestly.
Let them figure it out.
If there's any place where children are hated the most, it's probably an airplane. And this is from a comedic standpoint. This is all just funnies.
Okay. Hey, have you heard this? Hey, have you heard this one? Kids on an airplane?
Yeah, save them last.
Yeah.
Because they're loud, they kick chairs and all that stuff. So I thought they were just trying to make fun. Anyway, back to the people pleasing. I feel like I'm trying to grow out of it. Subconsciously, it'll always be there. It is embedded in myself to get a dopamine rush when I make someone else happy at my own expense.
I fucking love making people happy.
I love it. But
I just love surrounding myself with happiness.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it's for. So sorry, you finish.
No, keep going. You're the guest here.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I quit.
I'll start.
Bye.
But it's as I've gotten older, I'm keep thinking like, what do I want? I used to be the person that said, I'm down for anything. Hey, Christian, what do you want to do when we're going to hang out? I'm down for anything. Hey, what do you want to go eat tonight? You know what? I'm not picky. I'm down for whatever you want to eat.
I'm just down to eat with somebody.
Yeah. I just want, as long as you guys are all happy, it makes me happy. But now I'm thinking if someone asks me that, then they're asking me, this is my opportunity to think, what does Christian want? And that is applicable in not just eating out. That is applicable in all aspects of life. And so I've recently learned that, man, decisions are sexy. Decisions are so sexy.
Yeah?
What Melissa's taught me through our relationship, along with other people, is that when I ask you to do something, or without even being asked, if making plans, let's say going on a date and crafting the plans yourself and having a night prepared for the other individual, that's the sexiest thing you can do. Choosing the restaurant, making reservations, picking a movie to watch back at the house, and choosing what kind of food, so on and so forth. Sexy. What say you?
You know what? I have to agree.
Yeah.
I've been a bit more decisive, and I've been dating this gal lately.
Ooh, do tell.
Yep. And so I've been making plans, you know, and it seems to be working.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
You look happy. You're glowing.
Are
you pregnant?
I might be.
Oh my God.
I haven't had a period in a long time.
Wow, me too. I've been pregnant for 29 years.
It's going to be a huge baby.
It's going to be the same size as me.
A 28-year-old baby.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, I'm basically a marsupial at that point.
Pay rent, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm struggling out in these streets, man. No, that's awesome, dude. You do seem happy, and it's what I think I connect with you on this level. You and I are considered to be the goofy guys in the room, the people that are always expected to crack jokes and whatnot. That it's weird when we're kind of not.
Yeah.
And do you feel like some sort of expectation to kind of just even when you're down, to kind of just build a facade and just put that away, make jokes now so no one can really notice?
Sometimes, I do feel like it can be a problem, but there's also power in it where, you're not being goofy right now. Like you're serious. There's been times when I've been just serious and people are way put off by it, like as if I'm yelling at them. I'm not yelling. I'm just being serious now. And it's like, whoa, that's the effect it has when you're a lighthearted, goofy kind of person.
And how does that, like, have you done anything to kind of make that easier on yourself? Because I find it to be
time and a place. You know, sometimes I'm like, you know what, like I should leave my shit at the door right now because like I'm at work or something.
Of course.
Yeah. And then there's other times where it's like, no, this is how I feel. And I should be allowed to just feel, right? Especially if I'm around like loved ones and I can be like, guys, I'm just not in a good place right now.
You'll be transparent about it.
Can we watch an old Disney movie?
Oh, that's a good way to lift the spirits.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you know, when I had the breakup like over a year ago, I was not happy, and my family and friends were there for me. They were solidly there for me, and I let them know how I felt. I didn't hide it, which usually there'd be plenty of times in the past where I'd be depressed and I just put on the face because like I'm running improv. Like I gotta keep people moving. I felt like there was like a responsibility to like these people don't have time for me to not be, in the mood for.
That's
fun.
crazy. That the responsibility to, even if you weren't a leader, but the responsibility of playing this role of the jesters that we are.
Yeah.
That people say like, man, you must be happy all the time because you're always like cracking jokes, when it's the whole thing of the sad clown, right? Mm-hmm. It's
the joke with like Doc, I'm so depressed, and like, oh well, there's a clown coming into town, and so my recommendation is to go to that show, and then the guy says, I'm that clown.
Boom. Crazy.
Yeah.
And being the funny people that we are, we could all vibe with that. It's because what I'm trying to grow into is like, man, dude, it's fine to not be funny. It's fine to come, because I used to come into work bright and bushy-eyed when I first got there, and I still loved my job and whatnot, and I'd just be cracking all these jokes and like trying to make everyone laugh and want to hang out with people during lunch. But now, like, I'll come in and I'll say hi, I'll still be very nice, and there's still people that I love, but it's fine if I just say, hey, what's up, and then I just like keep to myself.
No one, you're not obligated to be the shining star.
I know.
You're not obligated to entertain people unless you're on stage, then you're kind of obligated
And
to
you
entertain
signed up
people.
for that shit.
Yeah, you signed up for that. Yeah.
Literally signed up for that shit.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to learn sometimes, dude, because once you get so used to being that, it feels kind of weird not being that. And that's with anything.
I guess. Right? I don't know. I mean, over the last year, I've focused really hard on being healthier, and something I've been trying to do for, 5-6 years now is just like my great ambition is to be happy every day.
Wow.
And to find the happiness in each day. And even if that's like, oh, I'm so excited for the chapter I'm on in my book right now. I can't wait to get into bed tonight and read that chapter.
And that's finding the happiness.
That's,
when
sometimes
that happens.
That's the happiness. Or sometimes it's like, oh, we got a family dinner. Or my niece is performing gymnastics or something. Or my nephew's playing in a baseball game. Or a butterfly landed on my shoulder. Like, today's great.
I love how you're gauging happiness, because a lot of people could gauge happiness by like, did I have a good day? That's hard. It's a spectrum, right? Because shit just happens, or we have our responsibilities.
I feel like people should ask themselves that. Like, did I have a good day? How many good days this week have I had? I feel like you should have more good days than bad days.
Yeah.
And if it's constant bad days, if there's anything within your power over those days, you should do something about it.
Yeah.
I understand that there's, oftentimes there's things that are beyond a person's control. But if it's just your every day-to-day situation that you have some control over, like, make some changes.
Yes.
Try to be happy.
And I understand.
You got to work at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know it's easier said than done, because change is scary, and sometimes change, depending on your situation, requires some resources that not everyone has.
The greatest fear is the fear of the unknown.
Yeah. That more so than death, right? And
H.P. Lovecraft. Quoting my source.
Changes that I'm trying to make in my life is that I do want to read more. I feel that I'm inefficient with my time management. Prior to this, earlier today, I just got a haircut from a good buddy of mine. Shout out to Jason Bautista. And I love getting haircuts because it's what you imagine they are in movies, where you sit down in this comfortable chair, it's therapeutic, and you're just chopping it up with your friend, right?
Oh, the sports team, they really got to trade so-and-so because ever since what's-his-name became the coach.
Yeah.
Oh, you're always talking about that.
Yeah, those, it's the third touchdown in the fourth inning, and we got five balls.
Ever since they got Bill on the ice out there, I feel like the football game has just changed.
It's real different. By the way, how's your wife, Tina? I had her barbecue the other day from the barbecue we brought the kids.
Oh, my God,
to.
the ribs, the finger licking good. I licked the skin right off my fingers. They were so good.
I accidentally ate the foil that they came in. It was crazy.
I ate my kid.
He was covered in barbecue, but now I'm like Dahmer.
Look at your hair. You look beautiful.
You're beautiful. I'll see you later.
Mwah.
And that's how did you know that my barber talks to me like that?
Wow.
I don't even watch sports. I don't even have that much barbecue, nor do I have kids that I can eat.
That's okay.
But I was just having good conversations, and he was recommending books to me, and he asked like, "Hey, well, what's going on in your life, man? Like, it's a little therapy session while he's making you look good."
Hey, what you finna to read?
Yeah, what you finna look for to read, bro? But it's not often that I get to have those conversations, not because I feel like sometimes it's taboo as a straight male and on a shift with other guys. It's not common that we just talk about the feelings, like, hey, how you doing? Like, what are some improvements in your life you think you can make? But no, I could have this with my barber.
We can't say that. We're a bunch of straight dudes.
Let's talk about
If we talk about our feelings, then
that's
fine, I guess.
that takes us off the streets, doesn't it? Man, let's just talk about tits and ass.
Maybe if I talk about my feelings, I won't feel so angry all the time.
Yes, dude. God, I mean, you growing up as a guy, did you ever feel safe talking about your feelings? Did you have like friends that were girls that you were able to like just?
Yeah, I had several friends of the female persuasion, and they make the best friends.
Yes,
You
they
know?
listen.
Yeah, and so that was really cool. So I guess I was blessed with that. I had plenty of dude friends too.
Yeah, it's
Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
that's why you skate and you like
skating, going to punk shows and stuff like that. So
break
my
your
dude friends.
arm and whatnot.
There were chicks there too, but you don't talk to your feelings. You don't talk about your feelings with the punk chicks. Yeah.
I feel blessed too because like I grew up with a bunch of girls and I feel like that's a necessity. Do you think there's such a thing as talking about your feelings too much?
I think there's a balance.
Okay.
I do, and I think it's sort of burdening other people with just like, all right, man, we've had this conversation so many times.
Yeah.
Like, you got to deal with your shit now. I've let you vent, and that's great. But like, do something about it.
I have a coworker who
I do have a problem of being a fixer sometimes, or not a fixer, but like a problem solver. Like, someone will talk to me about something, and my brain immediately goes to like, well, we got to put a shim in there or something. Like.
Oh, so a problem with doing it, with fixing the problem, not a problem with like being in the position to fix it.
It's not about it's not the fact that the machine's broken. It's that Tanya said it like this. And I've had it explained to me like sometimes people just want to vent, and it's like, okay, nobody told me that growing up, and so now that I've heard that information, I have learned from it, and so I'll let people vent.
I get that.
I will sometimes make the comment of like, do you want to vent or do you want to solve the problem? Which that kind of, people are like, oh, you don't know? You don't know that I just want to vent?
It's hard. It's
like,
hard to read people.
I'm a dumb boy.
Yeah, ignorant boy.
Sorry, I'm an ignorant heterosexual dude.
Yes, same.
Using all technical terms.
My coworker said something to me or asked me before venting to me, something I've never heard. He says like, hey man, like, do you have the mental capacity to like, just to allow me to vent to you? I'm like, wow, that's like, you're a straight brown cis male saying this to me right now. That's very, very advanced of you. So I'm trying to adapt to that.
I do, good sir. Vent away.
have the energy to take your problems.
Let me turn this way so my good ear is to you.
And just like you, it's taken me a while to not assume that when people are talking, they want you to fix their problem. Because I have been in the position where like I'll hit up some homies and like I have an issue and I know I'm in the wrong and I know I'm being emotional and I don't need you. I need you to just at least pretend to take my side. Be like, it's cool, bro. I get where you're coming from. And it'll make me feel way better.
Yeah, dude, you did fuck up. But I mean, like, hey, I got you, though.
Don't even say, hey, dude, you did fuck up. Because that'll piss me the fuck off. Don't tell me that right now.
You gotta own your shit, though.
I will eventually. Just in the moment, let me be insecure. Let me feel validated. Don't invalidate my emotions. I need to be, I just need to be validated in that moment.
I think that is a big problem in our society. One of the biggest ones is people don't want to own their shit.
Yeah.
If people mess up, people do say the wrong thing. People do make the wrong choice or forget something, break something, and they're so scared of the consequences. And so they will not talk to a good friend for the rest of their lives because they're afraid to own up to, yeah, I did hurt your feelings there. My bad.
Yeah. Accountability it's a fleeting trait. It's a fleeting trait in this society amongst people. Because
you're not going to physically hurt me. I know that you're not going to physically hurt me because socially we don't do that anymore. So I don't need to be accountable to you.
But let's talk about it, right? It's hard. Yes, it's ripping the Band-Aid off quick when you're just like, because I tried to learn that pretty quick that I'm oblivious. A lot of people overthink. I underthink.
Same.
And I'm just like, a lot of the times I'm like, la-di-da-di-da.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great day. This is such a...
You literally stepped on my face. That was you?
I'm sorry.
I thought that was a really thick carpet.
And I apologize for your face.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Well,
Can I get you some ice cream?
That'll fix anything.
Sure.
But just stick it right in their fucking face.
Think they're bruised.
As an ex-fat boy, pissed.
Is that your rap name?
What's up? X gonna give it to you.
Ex-fat boy. I ate the world.
Dude, I'm down for that name. That's not bad.
Ex-fat boy.
Ex-fat boy. But
you could open up for Tom Hanks. Or what was his name?
Tom Hanks'
son. That's not Colin, the other one.
Yep, that's Tom Hanks with he's the
Hanks
the
with an
white
X.
rapper that's all yadded up. That guy.
The poster, it'll be whatever, Chet Hanks with the X, and the X will be extra big, and then dash boy.
Oh, Chet Hanks boy. Yeah, Chet Hanks.
Dash boy. Fat boy. Ex-fat boy. And Chet Hanks.
I don't know would people go to that concert because of Chet Hanks?
Well, they probably go for both.
I hope so.
Ex-Fat Boy's playing?
Whoa, man.
I heard he doesn't write down any of his lyrics. It's all freestyle.
It's all from the top of the dome.
It's all from the dome. And it's all about being sexy.
Eating salads.
And being number one.
Body positivity.
Do you rap about that when you freestyle?
When I freestyle, there is no topic that can stick, man.
No. The common topics in freestyle are, I'm hella sexy, I'm number one. You can't beat me because I am the best. Hella sexy, all the bitches love me.
This got so much money that I spent it on a Benz.
Oh, also money. I got a lot of money, and that makes me really good and really sexy.
Spent time in jail, but I didn't really. It's just,
I got a huge personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be...
I challenge you in your next freestyle bits to rap from the perspective of ex-fat boy.
Let's do it at the end of the episode. We'll do an
crazy.
improv scene.
We might be rusty.
Man, we'll see.
Okay.
Or else we'll fucking... What if we just destroy it? What if we kill it?
Take the tape out of the computer and just
What if we
pull it off
literally
the reels?
destroy it? To bring it back to what we were talking about was...
Star Wars.
No, I love way back there.
All the Star Wars.
Is being a funny person. I've hurt people's feelings because my love language is sometimes sarcasm. Like Kate Persley, who we're familiar with, who has been on the show before, who was a member of Dragon Viper Cobra. your dynamic with her is very similar to my dynamic with her, where we'll just
She bullies you now.
yeah. Yeah. And that's her love language to me. And I try to bully back. So in this sense, like our
Yeah,
text,
but when you physically pushed her down that time,
And
like
said,
she got fucked up on the
I'm
sidewalk.
bigger than you. I am way bigger
I
than
wish
you.
that you weren't like mounting her when you said that, like, I'm bigger than you.
I'm bigger than you.
Like, that was like, this is so fucked up,
this
Christian.
is great. This is
I'm just sitting there filming, like, this is so fucked up, Christian.
and posted a minute later.
I was scared to pantomime it, like, the audience won't know.
It's okay.
So I used the remote.
After I stepped on her face, got her an ice cream, just stuck it on her face. But our
She went,
interactions,
sweet.
oh, that's nice, sweet. If you looked at our text threads, it looks like we're such a toxic couple.
Yeah.
Because she's calling me a little bitch. And she says, like, go back to Pittsburgh. I'm from Meth Tinez. And I'm like, damn, well, fuck you. And I don't have good comebacks for now. And I also don't want to insult her. With no context, it might be really mean. But with that, I've tried to apply that to other friends that aren't like comedians or like in the improv realm or just like as funny.
Oh, you're riding at like level 8 with, comedians. And then when you hang out with citizens, muggles, that's when you're like, oh, I got to dial it back.
Yeah. Yes.
I called this dude a fat piece of shit. And he's like, I did put on weight. It's like, no.
You look great.
You look great. You look tremendous. You look huge. Yes. No, wait. I'm so sorry.
You have to be careful though.
I was doing a Trump impression. I'm so sorry.
I fucking hate Trump.
I know. That's why I do the impression of him.
See, I did that with a friend. I think I got it. There was like a party. And she picked me up in her car. Nice gesture already. And I'd just been doing a bunch of improv with you guys and people in Davis. And she picked me up and I got into her vehicle. And it was messy. And but not terribly messy. But I think the first thing I said when I got in there, I was like, whoa. Damn. Where am I supposed to sit?
Oh my God.
And I didn't clock it. I was oblivious, but she was just like, hi, Christian. And apparently throughout the night and after like having some beers and whatnot,
no.
I just, playing beer pong, I was just like, man, you fucking suck. Who taught you how to play beer? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Where you're just trying to like, because I could say that to Kate. I could tell Kate that like, I'm bigger than you. You fucking suck.
Yeah.
Bad things to say back to back, but
there's certain people that you can do that with.
yes.
Like if we were hanging out and we were playing basketball and you were like, you're a piece of shit, your mom never loved you. Like if you did that, like I would just be laughing.
Oh, dude, that's great.
But you do that to somebody else.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you being so mean to me?
We're just like, come on, dude.
I get you're trying to be funny, but like
playing some basketball.
My mom doesn't love me.
She doesn't. That's why I had to move out at 18. See, and like you have to be careful about that shit. Has that ever gotten you into like trouble? Have you ever like been accidentally mean to someone?
Oh yeah. I used to have a terrible bit where I would have a conversation with somebody and then we'd leave and I'd still be talking to somebody else and I go, I hate that guy.
Oh, really?
And people thought that I actually did.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like people would say like years later, they're like, yeah, I remember one time like I walked away and you said to your friend like that you hated me. And I was like, oh my God, he was so fake. You're like, no, I was doing a bit. I'm so sorry. For years, that person thought I hated them.
Years. This went on for years.
Years.
Alejandro used to think you didn't like him. I think have we talked about this?
I thought he didn't like me.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Did you do one of those things? Like, man, oh God, can't stand that guy. Did you do that around him?
I don't think so. No, I think like once I had learned that people, took that the wrong way, I tried to stop doing that. Unless you left, like, somebody who gets the sense of humor, like if you left the conversation and I was talking to someone and be like, I hate Christian, Like if you heard that,
yeah, then I'd be fine.
you'd be like, ha ha ha.
Of course, because I know that you love me. But like, let's say you have to build a rapport. Or it's either a certain personality of person, or you have to have a rapport with a person.
I think this is probably what happened with Alejandro and I. We didn't hang out. He was tight with you. Years of goofing and gabbing with you, doing those hard jabs and stuff like that. And then when he came into the team, you know, he was already operating at that level. And then, you know, like I'm doing that with him, he's doing that with me. But because we don't have that history, it just, maybe it felt off.
Yeah, it could have been that.
Yeah.
Could have been that.
Didn't, you know, like I've got years of experience with some of these people of like reading them and knowing when they're uncomfortable and when they're not. Not saying I'm 100%, you know, on those. But with Alejandro, you know, I just met him a handful of times.
That's true.
And was just doing improv with him for a few months.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so it was just like,
wow.
I don't know if he likes me. Like,
But now you guys get along.
yeah. Oh no, I love him.
Really, like the past episodes that we've done, you guys are just
No,
great.
he's so funny. Great personality. I mean, like if he was a girl, I don't know. I kissed the mic and
Yeah, you guys are basically going steady.
no,
Shut up.
he wouldn't. He's too cool.
He's way too. No, that guy wearing sunglasses inside. That bit needs to stop.
I'm not his type.
You might be if you guys
Nah.
were little lovers of each other. I feel like.
I'm like a quiet librarian who is super silly.
Why are you painting the picture already? That's my type. That would be
Yeah?
my. I think if I was
Back up.
if I was well, I'd be like, oh, he's into literature.
Yeah.
I don't want to go
You
any further.
you
with
got a
this.
ring on your finger. Actually, you don't right now.
Not yet.
Oh, you don't know?
No, I think that when you get engaged, the guy doesn't
Oh, that's
get the
right.
ring
Yeah.
until the moment.
Yeah.
Do you watch trashy reality by any chance?
The last reality show I followed was Rob's Fantasy Factory.
That's not trashy. That is reality. I would say that that's good. Okay, I'm watching Love Is Blind, and it's good that you don't watch it because I don't want to dive deep into it anyway. Don't do the side burps anymore. It's really triggering.
I'm so sorry.
Should we do an improv scene, my friend?
Is it that you're done with me? Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get
You did the side burp. I'm over this
I'm like,
shit.
the door's closed, the windows are
No,
closed.
what were you going to talk about with the reality shows?
Oh, I'm watching a bunch of Love Is Blind, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is where it comes back to. I need to make some changes in my life because I could be reading a book that could better myself, or I could watch this couple destroy themselves and their self-esteem because they met on a game show where they tried to base their love without seeing each other.
Be the change you want to see. And that does not mean you have to go and save the freaking world.
Yeah, you're right.
The world needs more decent humans. And so be a decent person.
I know that I'm a decent person.
You are a decent person.
I like that I'm at least decent. I know that there are flaws, and I try to identify them. I try to be more aware of myself.
Sure. But
right?
if you want to be like a guy who reads books, go read books.
You know, that idea of the guy that reads books is so attractive. It's so nice. That's enticing. I would love to picture myself in a coffee shop reading a book.
You can do it.
I'm capable. I have to set aside time for that. But it's not the idea of it. It's like I want to read this book to actually gain the knowledge from it, not the idea of me being like, oh, Christian's a guy that reads books. Am I making any sense?
Absolutely you are.
But
I'm not into labels. I get it.
yes, exactly. Don't categorize me.
But it's not about like I want to be seen as the guy who reads books. No, it's like I want to be somebody who reads books. And so I'm going to that, like for me, like I wanted to be somebody who read more books.
And you did it.
And so I'm doing it.
Were you not a book reader prior?
No.
Whoa.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember when Garrett shot his music video
Yeah.
years ago? That's like when it started for me.
Whoa.
Yeah. We were at like the family cabin and there were a bunch of like old books in a bookshelf there. And I was looking at them and I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really have any like classics, like I don't know, The Hunchback of Notre Dame or something like that. And I was like, when we get back home, I'm going to, go find some classics to bring next time and put in there, like if somebody wants to read Dracula, like Dracula should be in there.
Wow.
And then I went and picked up some of these books and started reading them. And I was just like, fuck, this is really good.
Wow. See, the fact that you
Frankenstein
were able
is hecka dope.
I respect that because you identified a change that you wanted to make and you did it.
I wanted to draw more. I used to draw all the time, and I didn't for years, just every once in a while doodle and stuff. But so now, like, every weekend I go to like States Coffee and sit down with like my sketchbook.
Oh, that's nice.
I love it.
You've allocated time for yourself. It seems like you're really good at planning what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm not good at it, but I try because I want to be better at planning. I used to be terrible at planning, constantly breaking plans, constantly forgetting. I literally, in my wallet, I've got a book, like a physical date book, because I had it on my phone. I had the calendar on my phone, and that just wasn't doing it for me.
Not good enough,
So
dude.
writing it down makes it more real.
Wow, I do like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that because I know I said I had a haircut right before you came, but I had a haircut scheduled in the morning that I'd missed and I had to reschedule hours later. And it's because it was on my phone and I had scheduled it 3 weeks prior. And I was like, fuck, because I typed it in my phone. And
It's also really fun to like look back at, just flip through your history and go like, oh yeah, I remember that Christmas party.
You know exactly when it was, what time it was.
Yeah.
That's good. I think
Helps with the memory.
Man, maybe I should start doing that. I should. But I think the change that I want to make is not to be like, I want to read more books. I think the change I want to make is like, I want to be able to provide myself with the time to do the things that I love. And I don't
Do you know those things?
In the creative space, I'm not doing much of it anymore. This is what it is. Yes, I make time for podcasting and editing and putting out these episodes. I'm not singing nearly as much, and I want to, but I can't find the time. Or I'm like, my voice is not.
You just got to do it, man.
I just got to do it.
Even if it's just here. Even if it's just like, Melissa, this is my singing hour. This is my singing 15 minutes.
Oh, that's so hard.
Every day I do 15 minutes of singing. Leave me alone.
But in those 15 minutes, I want to cuddle her and watch Love Is Blind.
You got plenty of time for that. How long is it? How long
I know.
is it?
I know. I could sing while cuddling her.
Schedule it.
I know. I have to practice. These are things where I feel it within myself. And it's also this is where I've noticed the trait about myself ever since I've grown up is being a procrastinator because I don't want to. I wait till the last minute to do something because if I don't start it, I can't fail at it because I've never started it. Because I've tried singing before, like I have this song I need to practice, and I'm terrified of sounding bad at it and beating myself up. Can't sound bad at it if I've never even fucking done it. But I gotta fucking do it. Yeah.
You know what's more sexy though?
What?
People that actually throw themselves at it, you know?
Yeah, yes. Just gotta throw myself at this laptop.
Throw yourself at the singing. Yeah, sing. Give me 2 bars right now.
No, that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
I'll do it too. I'm not a good singer.
Will you sing?
Yeah, I'll
Sing
try
right
now. Memories all alone in the moonlight.
I love the way you did that because it was kind of punk. Like memories.
Oh, see, I didn't mean to.
Alone in the moonlight. Yeah,
I'm not a trained singer.
Well, you got something.
You're supposed to like sing from like the diaphragm and stuff. I'm like way up here. I'm singing from the brain.
That's head voice. That's singing from the brain.
It's that high up. That's what I use. People say like people don't know what we use our frontal lobes for. That's just the echo chamber of my voice.
Well, I know you're joking, but theoretically speaking, there's something called head voice that exists. Singing from like picturing that your voice is coming from like right here,
up in here,
from your mask, from your hair. It's like a head voice. That's good.
That's deeper. There we go.
That's coming from somewhere.
Memories.
I'd cast it. You're going to Hollywood, boy.
Hey.
I love this. I love you. Thank you for basically listening to some of my problems and connecting to them.
It was a pleasure.
I don't know if you had the mental capacity to listen to it, but
I'm just waiting for you to sing also.
Babe,
oh, come on.
I'll sing when the mics are off.
You can cut this out.
What do you want me to sing?
Just do that memories sign.
Memories all alone in the moonlight. Something soft. Da, da, da.
I just got chills.
Stop.
They're multiplying.
I got you. My voice cracked. This is why I don't sing on camera.
That's fine.
I'm nervous.
I used to skateboard all the time, and I would fall more than land tricks. And that's part of it.
You're right. You're right. I should, but I don't want to like.
I know this is not a singing
It's
podcast.
a
Sure.
recorded medium that I could cut out. Future Christian, cut this out.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it, Christian.
Let's do an improv scene, and then
Okay.
we're gonna freestyle,
All right.
and then we're gonna kick it until you want to go home.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Get the
so,
sleeping bag out then.
Okay. I mean, we do have the blow up mattress.
That's true. That's true.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, highly relevant. And next up, we have Greg Reasoner.
Hello. I will be performing a song from the musical Star Wars.
Oh. All right. Headshot, resume. It seems like everything is in order. And whenever you go, the stage is yours.
Whenever I go, the stage is mine.
Yes. Whenever you're ready, the stage is yours.
Okay. I thought you were giving me the whole stage. I don't know.
From the blue tape over to the green tape, you're good.
It's not mine. Like I don't own this.
Not actual literal ownership. You can own the stage in the symbolic sense if you are that confident.
Okay, sorry. This is my first theatrical audition, and I wasn't sure if you were giving me the stage or if I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna do my song.
You could do your song,
I'm not gonna talk anymore. It's going to begin.
and that's completely fine.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Look at these Star Wars. Which side will you choose?
Thank you very much. That'll
Dark side.
still going.
Sorry, stop.
No,
No,
dude,
you wanted me to stop. I didn't read it, and I'm realizing again my first audition.
it's okay. You're doing great.
Should I keep singing?
You're doing well. Maybe for your next audition, but we're gonna go actually for the script, the cold read that you have right there. You see that
yes.
packet
Thank
in front
you.
of you. You'll be reading the part of Kafka, and I'll be reading the part of Ramses.
Okay. Hey, I would like one gelato over here, sir.
Thank you. What flavor?
Whatever one will take care of the bruise on my face.
Thank you very much. That's really good. So, we see
There's a lot more lines on here, though.
but I think we got enough of what we needed.
Right? Okay.
So, if you could just leave the packet right there for the next auditionee,
I
and
feel like this didn't go well.
you know what? You did what you could do, and that's all that we could offer you at this moment. You'll hear from us shortly.
Well, I mean, you don't know. That's all that I could do.
Cut to next week. Greg has another audition for another musical. Next up, we have Gregory Reasoner.
Hello.
Hi. So it says right here, I don't know why you added this on your resume. It says it's your second audition ever.
Mm-hmm. This is.
Okay. I think that's very charming and cute,
Yep.
and I appreciate that.
All right. So I'm going to be singing the song that I wrote down on the paper right there.
Oh, so it says it's Memory from Cats. Memories from Cats.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Is that where the memory song comes from?
it's from Cats.
It's from Cats.
Oh, you just randomly chose this, Greg?
I got this. Totally got it.
Okay.
All right.
The floor is yours.
I know what that means.
I'm glad you do.
Okay. Memories all alone in the moonlight. I am a cat, I have claws, and I don't like cucumbers.
Thank you very much, and that's all we need. You'll be hearing from us shortly.
There is a script I believe I'm supposed to read from.
I'm sorry, are you a little agitated right now?
No, this is my second audition. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have an ego or not.
You know what? Actually, yeah, there's a script right here. Harrison, if you could bring that up.
Thank you.
All right. And if you are familiar, this is a script from the famous Godfather.
Got it.
You'll be playing
Not the unfamous one.
from the. All right, you keep
Is this
reeling me
flirting?
back in. Inappropriate.
I'm sorry.
But kind of working.
Okay.
All right. So you'll be reading the part of the Godfather himself.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll be his henchman.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
This scene is not in the movie. This is just from the musical The Godfather.
Yes.
'Cause sometimes the scripts are different.
Mm-hmm. It's a little different. So,
All right. New to the theater.
All right.
Picking this up. Okay.
After you, sir. Interior. Sorry, I should read the stage direction.
Oh, sure.
Interior. The Godfather's room upstairs. It's 7 p.m. His daughter's wedding was interrupted.
Okay.
After you.
Luigi, I got a confession to make.
What is it?
I've been having feelings for somebody other than my wife.
Who are you talking about, boss?
Why, it's you, Luigi.
Me?
You've always been there for me. You've been my right hand all these years. You've never questioned anything I ever asked of you.
Well, shucks, I don't know what to say, boss.
Anytime I've ever had a problem, you've always been there and listened to me.
I'm completely flattered, but I mean, like, isn't this inappropriate? Isn't this what you call a workplace conflict?
You know, as the person who created this job and as it's not a legal position, I feel like we can do anything our hearts want.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. All right.
Really?
That was beautiful. You'll be hearing back from us shortly.
Stop.
Cut to a an E! News interview 5 years later with Greg. All right, upcoming next, we have the Greg Reasoner, the lead star for the next Marvel Cinematic Universe installment known as... It's the next Avengers. It's
Next Avengers.
The next Avengers.
Fantastic project. So excited to be part of it.
Greg, it tells me that you basically, with only 2 ever auditions in your amateur acting career, you were able to just skyrocket to the top of the Hollywood industry. How does that feel?
I mean, you know, it's not the same. It's not the experience that everyone gets. You know, it's the one that everybody wants to be discovered, and I was one of the lucky ones to be discovered. And I really want to talk about the project, the next Avengers. It's going to be a fantastic project. Kevin Feige, he's been setting this up for
years, sprinkling the clues throughout all the different Marvel Cinematic movies, putting some of the young Avengers in the other movies as just, background characters. Cassie Lang is Ant-Man's daughter. And
I'm just really happy to be part of the gang.
Cut to 2 years later. It's a montage of a bunch of newspaper headlines hitting the front of the screen. Greg Reasoner, raging alcoholic, 5th DUI, out with 3 hookers, loses mansion due to bankruptcy.
Only 3?
And we cut to him in his mansion that he will soon be evicted from because he's not able to make rent.
Luigi, I can't keep paying you.
Why not?
I'm broke. You don't have to do the accent anymore.
That's what you pay me to do.
All right, look, Marcus.
Are you firing me?
I'm not firing you. I'm telling you that I can't afford you anymore.
That's fine. I'll find something else. I mean, I loved you.
Do you think maybe we could be friends?
We could still definitely be friends.
But really be friends. Don't just like say we're gonna be friends and then not be my friend.
I'll be with you. I mean, it's just you got to stop this drinking thing, man.
I love drinking though. It's so fun.
And we slowly zoom
You don't do enough of it.
I don't do enough of it?
No, here, have this drink.
I can't. You're just shoving it in my face. I got to get going.
No.
I got to get going. I got to stop. You're sticking your finger in my mouth. That's this. No, stop it.
Do you
stop
taste
it.
the liquor?
I don't want to taste it.
Then taste this.
Insane.
Did I make you uncomfortable?
You just shoved that shot in my face. I miss doing improv, dude.
Yeah.
We were talking prior to recording, baddies, that we're gonna try to do some improv nights here.
Yes.
I don't know how often. It's up to the lady of the house.
Right.
I know. What a drag.
What a lady.
Yeah.
She's a drag lady?
Mm-hmm. Anything. She could be whatever. Her
Hey, you know what?
desires.
It's 2022, man. No judgments.
No judgments at all.
Yeah.
Are you ready to wrap this up and literally freestyle wrap this up?
That's my shit.
All right. So.
But I want storytelling out of you.
I'm going to try to. Are you going to give me some storytelling?
We'll just story tell.
Okay. Sounds good. You want to go first?
Let's use what we've talked about as our inspiration.
Okay. We'll do.
Just like we did in the improv scene.
Yes. Had nothing to do with... Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It came from a musical.
We pulled from all that shit.
All right, let's do it, dude. So
Let's do it.
you go first.
Okay, beat.
I got you.
Oh, okay. We're doing
I'll beatbox.
Acapella.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard out there being a dude and talking about your feelings with other dudes. Thank God this other dude had friends that were girls in the past life, because I feel like it's cutting like with a knife to try to get through the feelings. But every time I try to get opened up and then let people know to drink from my cup of knowledge, they're like, man, it's a bit too much. I can't stand these feelings. I'm having a hard time being myself. I feel like I'm Buddy the Elf. I'm out of the water, coming down, just spitting fodder, trying to tell people what they oughta and what they aren't gonna be doing in the future. I set myself up with the future.
That's a hard word.
This is Rusty. Back to the game. Not trying to do this for the fame. I just want to do it for the love. I'm not doing it for somebody else, not for the one above. Just trying to find the happiness of me and not trying to do it for my own family. Just keep myself moving. Get myself on the right fro grooving.
Damn.
The right fro grooving.
Dude, it's been a while since we've done it, huh?
It's been a while.
Well, here, we're going to keep doing it until we get it.
All right, let me get you going.
I'm going to try to storytell here, right? Yeah. Ex-fat boy, what you know? Got diets, I got salads. I used to be sad, so I sang ballads. I got tomatoes, I got potatoes. Used to sit on my fat ass and play Halo, play Call of Duty, and I order some Pavlos. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing unless I say so. But I lost some weight, that's why I'm no longer fat. But that's what I say, remember to show all that. I look like Heenan. Have you ever seen him? He looked like the opposite of a vegan, cause he was eating a lot, but he made a change. And wow, that guy could act with a lot of range. And no longer fat, no longer big. But if I was fat, I squish you just like a twig. But now I'm healthy cause I'm not obese. And back in the day I used to eat a large feast. Now I'm rapping with this guy, his name is Chet Hanks, and it looks like he got lots of money in the bank. And he calls girls women, doesn't call them skanks, cause that's progressive, man. What you think? That is a little bit of story.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you very much.
Look at you.
Trying.
Not talking about money. Not talking about bitches.
Trying to stay in character as ex-fat boy.
Absolutely.
You want to try one more time and then we'll get out of here?
Give me some redemption.
Okay.
Give me
what
that
kind of
redemption
BPM?
round.
Like, what's the speed that you'd like? You want something faster? You want something slower?
Yeah, maybe I need a little bit faster.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right, you got this, Greg. Yo, I try to stroke fast like a samurai blade, but try not to end up acting too lame. Try to make sure that I'm feeling pretty good, but not the gangster of the neighborhood. Not trying to put up some crazy ugly front, just trying to be the not grunt, but a tall person in my own eyes. Not trying to be the one with the thunder thighs. I'm going for that Goldilocks, that baby bear just right. Not trying to be like, oh, I can always fight. Not trying to be like, I'm way cool, but just trying to not be a tool. Just trying to be my own self. Not trying to be anyone else. Trying to find the nice little Mitch in the middle. Not trying to get out in with the wiggle. Trying to dance in the middle of the floor. Not looking like a stupid ass whore. Although if that's your thing, that's super cool. Not gonna judge, not gonna drool. Ooh, I gotta practice in the car more.
Dude, loved it nonetheless.
Yes, thank you.
We are famous, really good rappers.
Super famous.
Find us on SoundCloud, Ex-Fat Boy, and
Follow me.
Two Sandwich G-Reg. Let's get on out of here.
Greg. Yes, thank you. Plugs. If you ever want to catch me go to State's Coffee Saturday or Sunday morning.
That's a lot of info,
I'll
really.
be sketching.
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Who's that sketchy guy over there?
Shoot, man, I'll show you my sketches. I brought my book.
Dang. No, you're very approachable. I appreciate that you came here.
Thank
and
you.
Got a little silly with me. Got a little deep with me.
Thanks.
And hell yeah, man.
Hey, just exposing, just being vulnerable.
There you go. Oh my God, look at those tits.
Look at them tits.
Yeah, big old titties.
Thanks.
As we always end the show, whenever we have a guest or guest co-host, please look into the barrel of your camera and leave the listeners, the baddies, with a piece of advice, a word, a sentence, whatever you want it to be.
Okay. Own your shit. It's okay. Own your shit.
Fuck yes. Baddies, thank you so much. That was Greg Reasoner. You know where to follow us at ICBTB Podcast, ICBTB.com for all of your merch, for everything that you need, or DM us at ICBTB Podcast at yahoo.com. Follow me at Christian Has Asthma. Follow him to the
Just follow
to
me.
States Coffee. And whatever you need. We love you so much. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. It can't be that bad. Oh,
It can't be that bad. Oh, it can't be that bad. Oh.